Hi beautiful Libras, how are you? If you're new, how welcome, and Miss Michelle, and this is for my Libra singles today. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Yes, we're going with a weekly reading for you guys. I know I haven't done it in a minute, so I wanted to just hop back in and do this. So before we start, I want to remind you guys that my readings have no date. They are divinely guided. Everything has free will. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody. Please keep in mind that roles could be reversing between energies. And with this said, let's move forward. As I always say, I run no daycare. Feel free to take or leave whatever you want. This is, again, not going to resonate with everybody because that's what a general reading means. So for everybody who was like, it doesn't resonate, I understand that. That's why it's called a general reading. So with this said, let's move forward. So we got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We got Gemini energy with the Lovers right away. We got Libra, of course. We got Scorpio. We got more of your energies. We got Pisces, Cancer energies, and the Emperor. We got Aries energy, overall energy, please. Okay. We got here the Ace of Clouds, so more of your energy once again, and more of your energies here with the Five of Clouds in the reverse. And let's move forward. So I do see right here that some of you feel unlucky when it comes to love. Some of you have been either or single for a minute or recently stopped talking to a situationship. Regardless of the situation, I do see the difficulties in which you perform of finding the person for you. With the competition in the reverse does not mean that you have to compete, because we don't need to compete and at all. It's more about it's difficult as it's some sort of fighting or arguing, and it's not necessarily that. It feels like it's a battlefield to be with certain someone, as you could understand what they want, you could make it super clear, but somehow this is like a misunderstanding that makes the situation quite tense at times. I do see that situationship, if it ended, it's permanently. Now for others of you, this could be the ending of feeling like that, or let's say finding these difficult energies over and over. Endings, and when it's the Death card, is and abruptly endings and something quickly starting. So it's the start of something new, and it happens quite quick. I do see that there's a victory for you into where you're gonna meet somebody who's new that becomes extremely significant for some of you. This could be either or two different people, or someone who has these two energies in them. I do see Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like I said before, they could be two different energies. It depends of who this is for, as well as this could be somebody who has both energies, water and earth in their chart. I do see with the Emperor in the reverse right here, it's somebody that could be maybe younger than you, perhaps looks younger than you and they're not. It does says that looks could be deceiving, so maybe you could think there's a big age gap, but it's not. It's also telling me that it's not necessarily somebody new. This could be somebody that you at one point had some sort of interaction, not necessarily dated, but maybe some sort of interaction. They want me to remind you to not feel defeated, because things will actually soon work out for you. So they also want to tell you that if you have been working very hard and you have been needing some sort of help when it comes to money, it says that your hard work is going to be paid off very soon as well. As well as if you have been working a lot to prevent heartbreak or perhaps heal your heartbreak, they're telling you that everything that has been happening or did happen is going to be rewarded, and better things are coming for you once again, either or in the money sense or in the love sense. They want to remind you that abundance is very, very near, and fulfillment as well. So again, if you have been wanting to be in a relationship, this is right here that soon somebody, again, is showing me the same energies, earth and water, that is coming towards you with a fulfillment or fulfilling energy of your happy ever after or family. They are reminding me to tell you that you don't need to take any action. Let's say that you may know who this person might be. Of course, it's for a specific group. So if you know who this person might be, or you have an idea, and you may say, okay, I'm going to take the first step. I'm going to talk to them. They're saying no. You want to be in the energy of I do not chase, I attract. And for that, we need to stay in our feminine energy, divine feminine energy. Now, this has nothing to do with gender, but energies. The divine feminine energy is the one that is chased, not the one that chases, right? So if you want situations to be you being the one chased in a way, shape, or form, or you are the one who receives, the attention and everything, they want to remind you that you cannot go ahead and make the first move right now. They're saying there's no action for you to take. They say right now that they don't need it. They want to remind you to stay cool, because this person will be making the first move, okay? But the moon right here is talking about a very strong Pisces and Scorpio, okay? And it says right here that this is a reminder to not throw away your shadow work. You have worked a lot to better yourself, and to not fall into unhealthy patterns, and switching from okay, I'm gonna be the I do not chase, I attract energy, and then you go ahead, and the minute they're telling you something happens or somebody new is for you, and you may want to change that. Do not chase, okay? Let them chase you, otherwise you're gonna fall into the same unhealthy patterns, and everything was for nothing. But the determination in the reverse right here, just because you're not chasing them does not mean that you don't have determination. This allows you to see other people's action towards you. Sometimes when you're chasing somebody, let's say that you're making the conversation, making the first move, of course, I'm not saying to act like they don't exist. Of course, you can definitely make it look like that you like them if that's needed, right? But whenever you are doing all the steps, like chasing and flirting and doing all of it, instead of like participating, right, but you are just initiating it and get it going, often you're able to miss some sort of red flags, or you're able to miss the real reactions or interactions that has been happening, until you could picture that something else happened but you caused it. For example, I have a lot of readings, and some females sometimes they be like, but he was so funny, and when we go back to the situation, we ended up finalizing and realizing that the guy was not funny, she was funny, and he laughed at her joke, and she cherished that. So at this point, that's why we allow people to chase us. Of course, we don't want to make ourselves look unavailable, because then it's gonna be impossible, but into a limit, you want to let this person approach you, because that's when you know and you could see what if they like you or not, pretty much like what's good. They want you to not ignore practicality. Let's let them chase you for once, okay? They want you to know to always open your third eye. You are sensitive and intuitive, and sometimes you could feel like you're too much. You're not too much. You're feeling too much because a lot is happening. So do not turn off your sensitivity or your intuition in situations, because I save you from unnecessary heartaches. But right here, what Sagittarius reverse, they want you to just breathe. Be a bit control freak, or sometimes we tend to have patience. We want it now, and this is really not in Libras, but you need to not get to blink and to breathe. You want to come across, right? I'm telling you that the union is perfect, okay? So at this point, even though that you feel that you've been waiting for time, and all of that, is because a lot of things are not fine need to be. And if they were to the person, you were to lose focus. And some of your past and upset with reading, I'm talking about also things, or upset with this twin flame soulmate readings that you can find only on YouTube, perhaps TikTok. And the thing is, you were upset because could have been using for validation, or you're seeing for something like the reading. And I feel like if you're doing a lot of shadow work, working on yourself. And that's one of the a lot of improvements into this energy. So at this point, if you're single, have been single, if somebody your mind or not, it says that most of you, something new becomes special. It's telling right here is something new, and they're really excited. And that I do not know this person. For some of you, and most of you, big group of you, is somebody that you know. And like I said before, this being general, it's not meant to be resonating for all of you. You're more than welcome to say it does not resonate. It doesn't change anything, because it's for multiple Libras, not just one. If you want something for you, more than welcome to book with me a personal reading. So with this said, let's continue. With the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, it's more about generosity. I do see that you are very generous with your time. You're very generous with the interactions. They want to remind you to not be so flexible sometimes, and I'm going to explain why. Have you ever been with a situation that you make a date with somebody, and this person, like, they could have told you hours prior, they could have told you days prior, and they chose to tell you that they changed their mind, or something happened like an hour or even minutes before you're supposed to go out in that date? Don't be that flexible with that person unless they have a good ass excuse, because sometimes, baby, some people are pushing buttons to see how much they can get away with. And at this point, I'm a romantic, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm also a realist. And at this point, if somebody is telling you, oh, I forgot that I had this one thing, if it doesn't make sense, like if it's like an emergency kind of thing, and if it's like my mom got sick, my mom is like that, you can always say, okay, unfortunate. But if they say, can we reschedule, you could say maybe. You know, do not be so flexible, especially if your intuition is telling you that it sounds too fishy, because at the end of the day, you are just allowing people to get away with things even before they start. So sometimes, like I said before, there's people out there who like to get away with things, and they will actually push buttons to see how far they can go. So we have done shadow work, Libra. Let's not forget about that, okay? With the Eight of Clouds, self-victimization. So I do see right here self-victimization at the bottom. In reverse, it's telling you right here that some people will actually victimize themselves just to get away with things that are unforgettable. And also they want to remind you too that do not allow people to victimize you or to victimize themselves just to make the narrative to be more appealing to what their lies and allegations are. Keep in mind here with the Eight of Swords in the reverse right here, the answers and the power you hold it within. I do see right here that they want to remind you this, because a lot of things could happen either or before you meet this person or so. And this could also be unrelated to love. You know what I'm saying? My readings are not only the basic love readings, it's more about everything. Partnerships. With the partnerships in the reverse, they want to remind you, do not accept less than what you deserve. Do not want to romanticize a situation that cannot be romanticized. Do not try to make work or to picture or to put expectations into somebody who's showing you right away that they're not really that kind of person. So at this point, remember that you want a partner, and when somebody's giving you the excuse to not be that, it means that they will never be, and you will always feel alone and be alone, even though that you could be in a really. And as I said before, projecting something on somebody who's showing you what they can and cannot do, you're just setting yourself for failure. So remember that you're looking for a partnership, not individuality, okay? Especially in a relationship. They want you to be strong enough and realize when somebody's having compassion or empathy on you, with you or not. Now, what else are they telling me right here? No, toxicity is not an adventure. Unavailable men or women are not an adventure. This toxic or bad boy, bad girl energy with you, it's not an adventure. It often leads to heartbreak. It often leads to trauma. I do know that technology and TVs and shows have taught us that, like